Okay, so we're gonna get right into this. First, thank you. We want to say thank you so much for being a team captain for Seize the Day. You all are what really drive the race and make it fun. And especially, last year when we moved to virtual and this year doing virtual, our team captains are the ones who really keep it going, make it fun, interact. And so we are very grateful for you giving your time to Epilepsy Alliance Louisiana. So I wanted to start off with that. And then to get started as a team captain, so some of you have already done this, but I'm going to walk through this really quickly, just some keys to success for your page. So when you signed up, you go to our main page and it asks you to do a team. Now, when you do the team, when you go to this little guy in the corner, this little profile, you hit profile, and this is how you can manage your team and your fundraiser, like your individual fundraising page. And so I highly recommend getting familiar with this. You will then go to edit fundraiser, and this is where you get the screen to customize your team's page. And so for your team, I recommend something catchy for your fundraising name, something concise, something that people can remember, but also includes either your name or the person that you're honoring as a team, their name. So someone's name being in there helps a lot for people to remember your team. We have one every year called Motown Philly too, and I think they just are used to that name. So even something that is, an inside joke with your friends and family or things like that, just something concise and something catchy that people can remember is really going to help with your team name. A tagline. So I put Steph's Heroes as my team name. My tagline could be save the day and donate today, right? So something short but clear and concise again on like why they're here, why do you have this team? If you're honoring someone in honor of so and so, just a quick tagline of what the team is about. You can set a fundraising goal. I recommend, be as, aggressive with the goal as you want to. I would probably start, I put 1,000, probably put more like 300, 500. I think that seems to be an average for our teams, but then we do have a couple of teams that go over 1,000. So that's not unreasonable sometimes to raise over 1,000. If you want to, you can add a thermometer to your page, which will have your goal and then where you're at, so that when people go to your team page, you can quickly see. You can add a list of who's donated to your team, or you can hide the list. So that's the top part. The next kind of key parts to this is coming up with a custom URL. So we can do like Steph's Heroes, and this will take anybody directly to your team. So this is really great to utilize. You could even use an acronym if it's easier, anything short and concise, but it's great because then it's an easy link to remember. It's literally just going to be runsignup.com/whatever you create that you can then easily send out to people and for you to remember. For story, this is probably one of the biggest parts of the page because people are compelled to donate and compelled to participate based off of your story. So why are you doing this? Why do you have a team? What are you going through? Have you been seizure free for a year and you want to celebrate being seizure free for a year? Are you supporting someone who has epilepsy? And so this is a team to rally behind someone who has epilepsy and they want to show their support about that person's journey. Is it in memory of someone we've lost due to epilepsy and due to SUDEP? Talk about their lives. What did they mean to you? What did they bring to the world? And tell that story. We do have in memory teams, and their stories are so beautiful and compelling when they race, for these people that we have lost. And so, those stories are what really make a difference on your page and really kind of draw people in to like, oh, I want to do this. Like I want to be there. Danielle, give a shout out to her daughter Estelle, she shared her story just 2 days ago on social media, and another teenager was like, messaged her from social media and was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that you had epilepsy. I have epilepsy. Can we meet? And now they're connected because people connect with stories, not so much the, hey, will you give money? They connect with stories. So that's really important to customize and fill out. And then you want to put a picture so that you don't have just the generic icon. The picture shows up kind of small on the website. So I would pick something that is very clear and concise and maybe only has like one or two people in the image, probably just a picture of the person you're honoring. If you have past race pictures, those are really great. Or if you have any pictures from like an epilepsy awareness day where you're wearing purple or you're wearing, any of our, shirts that you have, those are really great to add to the page just to go to consistency with like, this is a race page and there you are, and it's your pretty face, and here's your story. So this is really how you set up your team page. There is an option at the bottom to add other captains. I personally wouldn't do this. I'm a little bit of a control freak, so I would maintain full control of my captain's page, of my team page. But if you have someone else working on your team very closely, like a spouse or, a child or, someone who you trust to, handle this page or mess with this page, then you can add them here. They will have to create an account with Run Sign Up. They don't have to sign up for the race though, but they will have to create an account, and they can be able to change everything on this page. So that is the team page. And so you will save that, and then it should take you back. So once you save, it actually takes you to see all your changes. So it saved my URL. So now I can go to that URL and it has all the other changes. Now, if you go back to your profile, there's also your own individual fundraiser. And so in there, that's your own personal goal that you want to personally fundraise. Everyone on your team will have their own fundraiser page. And on here is where they select that they are part of your team. So down here at the bottom, this is like the most important part for them, is that they make sure they are on your team. This is also where you can create a new team. This is a step when you register for the race too. So they'll see the screen when they register for the race. I think it's like the third or fourth screen during the race registration. And so you will just tell them, hey, just make sure when you're making your fundraiser to put your team, select your team. The other important thing about this page that I will show you is setting a fundraising goal. The reason why the fundraising goal is so important is because Run Sign Up has a really cool feature. So I'm going to save this for now so I can show you this feature. Let me find it. But they have a really cool feature where you can set up a Facebook fundraising page that directly links to your fundraiser. So if I go to my fundraiser, so there's this button that says create your fundraiser on Facebook. And this is really important because obviously we all see the Facebook campaigns now where people are asking for donations for their birthday or whatever. We, Epilepsy Alliance Louisiana, is certified with Facebook. We are verified with there for donations. And so they will take you to your Facebook and you can make your own Facebook page so that everyone on your Facebook knows your goal, how much you're trying to raise. You can, I don't know why my internet is being so slow, but you can add your story. So it actually, I think it populates your story from the page, and then it'll give you your own Facebook link. And so this is a great way to manage your own fundraiser on Facebook versus having to use, and someone's already liked my post because this now just posted on my page. So see, it's very effective. Facebook is very, very effective in fundraising for your team. So you want to make sure that your team members know that they can make this page and then share it on Facebook and pretty much run most of their fundraising on Facebook if they want to. But you cannot do this if you do not have a fundraising goal. So you have to have a fundraising goal set up for it to work with Facebook. So that is Run Sign Up. If you have any questions or you run into any hurdles with Run Sign Up, please contact me and I'll share my contact information at the end. They are wonderful. They have tons of tutorials and videos. And speaking of, we'll go back to the presentation. So yes, so they have tons of tutorials on like how to do different things on their website, or if you have a problem. And this is my second year now working with it, so I'm pretty familiar with it. But yeah, so here's some tips. Kind of already went over it, but concise creative team name, share your story, add a quality picture of who your team is for, create that custom URL, and then, like I showed you, set up that Facebook fundraiser page. And then there's also a bunch of buttons, which I didn't show you, but you'll get in your resource guide, which I'll talk about at the end, where you can just quickly share your team page or on all of Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and then you can also email. So it's an automatic email that the system will generate for you. You just put in people's emails and it'll send it to them. So the reason why we stress this so much is that participants raise 13 times more and the teams raise 4 times more when you add a personal story. So like I said, people want to know your why. We have this lovely picture from last year of a mom and daughter, and their story is actually that they both have epilepsy. So they've both been on this journey together, and they shared their team story last year, and it's just very powerful. So people want to know your why. So be thinking about your why for the race. So also, this is how we fundraise. This does go to Epilepsy Alliance Louisiana. So I thought it was important to just cover very quickly our organization, just because you may have had some connection with us in various ways, but you may not know all that we do and all that we kind of stand for. So Epilepsy Alliance Louisiana is dedicated to supporting those impacted by epilepsy in local communities by confronting the spectrum of challenges created by seizures. That's our mission. We are the only agency of this type in the state that is exclusive for providing outreach, education, and advocacy to individuals with epilepsy. So I just want to reiterate that the money that comes to us stays in Louisiana. It goes right back to our programs in Louisiana. We are affiliated with Epilepsy Alliance America, and we do programs with them and get resources with them and work with the other partners that are in Epilepsy Alliance America. But other than that, everything we do is for Louisianans. So we were established in 1977, and we are very hands-on. And so this is an example of how hands-on we are. These are our programs. We do monthly information sessions. We're now doing 2 a month where we bring in featured speakers. We just had Disability Rights Louisiana this week, which was really informative. We do Spokes, which is support for parents of kids with epilepsy and seizures. We do various advocacy services. Last year, there was a couple legislations that we were tracking, and we kind of try to stay up to date. And if you look at our Twitter, you'll see a lot of activity there about advocating for different things that are happening. And then we have the summer camp, Med Camp, which didn't happen last year, but we're still waiting to hear about this year. And so we do fund for some people to participate, to go to Med Camp, which I think is very special. It's a special time for kids to meet other kids like them and be able to go to camp and know that the medical care that they need will be provided at the camp, which is not always the case if they go to just like a regular camp, summer camp. We do tons of training. Amanda, our executive director, is amazing. She's starting to train trainers. So we have more people who can do our seizure first aid training. We do it for all kinds of audiences, schools, nurses, police officers, emergency response. Also do EEG support bags. So these are bags, we have kids and adult bags that we go when they have to go get EEG testing, because obviously it's long, it's very stressful. So this is something very tangible and something we've really ramped up during, the pandemic, because some of these things we've had to do less of because they were in person, but EEG bags we can just drop off. So we've really ramped that service up over the pandemic. And then case management. So some of you may have messaged us or called us because you needed individual help, and that is our case management. And so we try our best to give that one-on-one support, but it is time intensive and it is expensive to offer such intensive case management that we do. So that is why, we need your support. And this is what your donations and what you're asking other people to donate to, this is what it's going to. All right, and then here's some quick facts. I will send you these pictures if you want to post them, because one of the challenges we know is that people don't understand epilepsy or know the impact of epilepsy in the US and Louisiana, and actually 3.4 million people with epilepsy nationwide. We have around 54,000 people with epilepsy in Louisiana. I will definitely send these to Danielle. I'll send this all out to y'all. I even have them in individual squares if you only want to use like one statistic. And then the one that always jumps out to me is that you're 2 times more likely, there's 2 times more people affected with epilepsy than cerebral palsy, MS, and Parkinson's disease combined. So that is something that I don't think people realize. So a lot of those other diseases, they have their own kind of brand and people recognize them, but don't understand that epilepsy is actually more prevalent than all of those combined. So yes, so I will give you these. I also have I have a graphic for 1 in 10 too, it's just up here. So I will give you all the data graphics, and also I will tell you this at the end, but I will be making graphics and sending them out. But if there's something you want, just message me. That's like one of my favorite parts of my job is content creation and like making these pictures and graphics. So if you have an idea, but maybe you don't have access to the design stuff like I do, like just shoot it over to me and I will shoot you back some graphics. I am more than happy to provide as many graphics as you would like, as I can provide. So that is a little bit about what we do, our programs, and then epilepsy statistics to kind of help you when you're building, out like your ask for like donations and participating in your team. And then of course we have incentives for our teams because it just makes it more fun. So this year, the team that raises the most money, the captain will win a Fit Vista. You will get to pick the color, so you don't have to get just the black one. I think there's 3 colors. So that is what happens for the team that raises the most money. We are still working on a prize for the most participants. Last year, it was a party at Main Event and a party at Buffalo Wild Wings. And obviously we're in a pandemic, so we're kind of trying to pivot to see what will work as a prize, but we promise you it'll be good. And then every year we do a trophy for our best team shirt. And how that works is you send us a picture of your shirt. And when I get to the calendar of dates, it'll say when you need to send me your picture of your shirt by. And we will put it in a Facebook album, and that picture in the album, whoever has the most likes on their picture wins the trophy for the best team t-shirt. So, and earlier we did a design contest, which is already done. And so that was another contest we had. Danielle actually helped us get that, which is amazing. And so I'm really excited to see what design comes out from that one. And then some individual incentives for donating is that if someone donates any of these levels, they will receive this donation gift. So if you donate $50, you're going to get sunglasses, $75, you're going to get sunglasses and the power bank, and then $100 is the water bottle, you get the power bank and the sunglasses. So this is just to encourage people to maybe give a little more. Maybe they would normally give $40, but they really like the power bank, so they're going to get $75. So this is just to and it's all branded, so that raises awareness for us. So when you wear those cool sunglasses, you're bringing awareness. The water bottle, you're bringing awareness to us, so it's a win-win. So this is also something you can share. I will send this graphic to you. It's something you can share with your team to kind of get them excited of like, hey, when you're asking people, like they can get these donation gifts. So. And then this is for y'all for race day. So on race day, we highly encourage you to to do something, make sure you follow CDC and state guidelines. We will keep you posted on what is happening in the state, because we won't know until probably a week before. And just make sure you're following guidelines appropriately. You can use mapmyrun.com to map out your route for your 5K or your mile, whatever you're doing, and then have fun with it. Decorate, dress up. This picture on the left is actually what you will be receiving. So these are some of the gifts that are coming in your team captain box, which we will have in April. And so you're getting the bag, you're getting the foam finger, we will have pom-poms for you, sidewalk chalk. Those are thunder sticks. Those one sticks, those are actually thunder sticks. They're the ones that make the loud noises like clapping. And then we do have a little pennant banner so that you can set it up either as a banner, or you can set it up as like a start or a finish line. So that will be a kit that we put together for you with your t-shirts. So you will have your t-shirt, and this year our t-shirts are going to be a dark purple with a yellow writing. So, and they will look exactly like last year's, it's just different colors. So it's the same Running Man logo, it Seize the Day. So that's our shirt. So I wanted to make sure I showed this to you, because if you're like me, I'm kind of a crazy planner. So I kind of want to know a little bit what I'm getting. So then I would know what else I need to get for myself. We are also trying to get some, what is it called? Yard signs donated, so that you could get, the little sign with the stakes, and you just put it in your yard. So it's like, I'm participating in Seize the Day, so that, again, while you're out there and everyone's like, why are all my neighbors out on a Saturday morning, like in the same t-shirt, they can kind of see pretty quickly, oh, they're participating in Seize the Day. So we're hoping to get that for as well. So, and then if your team, doesn't feel comfortable meeting, or maybe they're not all local, you can always schedule a Zoom with them, or a group FaceTime, or whatever device and app you use to kind of, see everyone. So that's race day. And then these are our awards for race day. So again, we always like incentives. We want to encourage you to have as much fun as possible and participate to the highest level. So we will have our race winners. We'll have a top 1 mile female male finisher, top 5K female male finisher. You put in your times in Run Sign Up. So once you sign up for the race, it's a part of your profile. You can go put in your results. They're not going to be able to put in their results until Saturday. So you're not going to see it until Saturday in the website. We also do Spirit Awards, because I'm a little out of shape, so I know I'm not going to win a race award, but you can win a Spirit Award. So best race setup, so send us your pictures. We will do the Facebook group. We'll have a Facebook group for everyone registered. We'll send you the link probably about 2 or 3 weeks out before the race for you to join this Facebook group, where people can post their pictures, their videos, and you can comment on other people's, and you can hype each other up and share ideas. And then, so that's where you can post your race setup. Or if you're not in the Facebook group, you can just post it on any social media and just make sure you tag us, tag our account, or hashtag Seize the Day 2021, so that we can see it. And then same thing as with number 1 cheerleader. It's going to be who's the most active, who's hanging out in our Facebook group, who's posting on social media, who's really going all out to just be super supportive of everybody on race day. And then finally, our virtual race video, which Danielle won last year. And so it's just a video to kind of hype up your race, what you're doing. Last year, we did have several that were like, clearly had a plot. They had, some scenes that they definitely filmed and put like a almost professional video together. So the race video can be a little competitive. I will say that it's not just a like, hey, selfie video. It's usually kind of planned out and a little creative. So if that's your jam, I'd go ahead and start thinking about your race video concepts now, because we do get some pretty good creative videos for race video, which was a happy surprise last year when we switched to virtual in 7 days, or 10 days. But that's our individual race awards, because again, we want to build hype, we want to build incentive, especially since we all can't gather. All right, so we're almost wrapping up. So if you have questions, start thinking about them, get them ready, and I'll get you all in here with your cameras in just a second. So important dates. So we're already here at the first meeting. So thank you for being here. Appreciate it so much. And then the last date to register is next Friday to ensure your t-shirt availability. Now, this is very early, but we have to order it that early so we have it early enough to hand out to you. So most likely we will have the size you need if you register after that March 19th, but it's not guaranteed. So if you're very nervous about your t-shirt size, then please, encourage people to register by March 19th. We'll do a second team captains meetings on April 1st. Since you are here tonight, do not feel like you need to come to that one. It'll kind of be an update of this, and then any new changes, and again, I will record and send it out. And I will be emailing you if anything changes too. So if you're good just keeping up with email, then don't feel like you need to come to that second meeting. It's just a lunch option we wanted to have, and maybe a little closer to the race for anyone who had signed up after today. So one thing we're doing this year that I'm really excited about is for 2 weeks prior to the race, we are going to have just a litany of businesses around town and our office of dates and times where we will have a table there and you can come pick up your team captain box and your t-shirt. And so we are actually trying to now partner with a lot of different businesses so that it's also a give back night. So we've already got one on the calendar with Bistro Byron. So it'll be a Monday night and you can go enjoy good food, your food meal, whatever that costs, we're going to get a percentage of that as a donation. And then you can also pick up your stuff. So we will send out that calendar in advance as we'll probably send it a couple times because I'll try to get it out to you as early as possible. And then as we add more locations and dates and times, I'll get it to you. And if for some reason one of those things doesn't work out, I'm literally going to try to have something every day in those 2 weeks, just about at different times, like daytime, night. So it's going to be a pretty, I hope, available schedule. But if for some reason none of that doesn't work for you, just please message me and we can schedule a time to meet up at the office to get your stuff. If you are not in the local area, we will be shipping your box to you. So that is something that we have decided that is important, that our team captains get their stuff. And so if you're not local, we will ship to you. And then the deadline to submit your team t-shirt picture is April 16th. So that is a week before the race. So that Saturday, the 17th, is when we are going to open the Facebook competition. So the Facebook competition will run for 1 week. So you have a week to really drive traffic and try to win the coveted team t-shirt trophy. And then we have our race. All competitions end at 8 a.m. on race day. So that's when we'll cut off the Facebook numbers. That's when we'll cut off the donation numbers and your participant numbers. I don't imagine we'll get a lot of people between 8 and 9. So 8 a.m. Saturday is pretty much the cutoff for all of those. And then we'll start at 9 and we'll go live on social media to do a race kickoff. We'll have a race kickoff video. Some of our sponsors may do some videos. We'll have a warm-up video as well, just to make sure people are warming up and taking care of themselves before running. And then we'll come back at noon on race day and we'll do our thank you and awards. So we'll wrap up pretty early so we don't take your whole day. And you'll know by noon the results. So it'll be very exciting. That's kind of our schedule. Again, if you need anything, here's your resources. So I'm finishing up a resource guide for you. It will have fundraising ideas in there. It'll have social media, captions and pictures that you can use. It has all the information from this PowerPoint in there and a little bit more in detail about using Run Sign Up. It has all the facts, our program, our mission, all that information, and then my contact information. But like I said, please don't struggle alone. Don't suffer in silence. Just shoot me an email or say, can we get on a phone call? I'm more than happy to help you. We are just so grateful that you give your time and energy and you volunteer for our organization and you're fundraising for our organization, that we want to be as available to you as possible and do what we can so that you're successful, because your success is our success. And it makes a much, much more fun race.